Okay, it's mid-July and I'm here in my 6B, 7A zoned garden, and we're well into the garden season. So I wanted to talk to you about a few mistakes I made as an experienced gardener, so that way maybe I can document them and not do them next year, and also help you before you make these mistakes. So let's walk around and talk about it. Okay, so one of my first mistakes is underestimating the amount one seed can grow. So I have 2 trellises here, and a pumpkin has literally taken it over. I ended up setting a stick across so that way it could make its way across. It is doing that, and it is trying to escape the garden as well. So I'm stepping over this. I am trying to dig through it, looking for squash bugs. Not my favorite when things are tickling your back and scaring you. So first step would be, don't underestimate the size of the plant is going to get, and make sure there's spacing around the plant. My next mistake, I knew better before I did this, but I was just really lazy about it. I was more focused on trying to amend the soil and stuff, and it clearly has worked out for me. I don't have any disease or really much of a pest load, but I do have, obviously, a spacing problem. And so I wish I would have trellised my tomatoes from the beginning. I have one wall of trellis tomatoes, and they're doing great over there, other than the fact that the cucumbers are trying to take them over. But then I had started my own seeds, so I had several tomatoes that were extra, and I just kind of tossed them in a row over here and was like, we'll see what happens. Eventually, there was tomatoes growing all across the ground everywhere, so I had to come back through and stake up sticks and some twine to try to get them out of my way and not be stepped on. I did get lucky, and I got them in time to where there is no disease. There's literally no blight on these. And I will say, I think that is because when I got them up, they have plenty of airflow through them. But yeah, if I would have gone back, I would have made sure they were trellised and pruned up before, because it took me several hours to try to untangle plants that should have been trellised from the beginning. So yeah, you know. So another mistake I made, of course, it's got to do with spacing again, is planting my tomatoes too close to my cucumbers. Everybody says, oh, they use the same nutrients, so that's going to be a problem. That is not my issue. Everything is healthy and vibrant and not lacking for any nutrients. But what they are lacking for is an area to actually find the tomatoes. So the cucumbers have literally folded over my tomato row. There was a foot between where I planted the cucumbers and the tomatoes, and I thought, okay, the cucumbers will grow this way, tomatoes will grow straight up. Not the case. The cucumbers want to strangle everything. So get vining plants away from